I am Johnny Gibson.
And I'm Ryan Faulkner, and welcome to the Sports Enchilada, your weekly show for a world of pro sports.
All right, tonight we're going to be talking about, well, a little bit of everything. We're going to go over the Rangers, maybe a little Stars talk. I'm going to be talking about some soccer fails that happened over the week, and I watched my first rugby match.
So if you're watching on FrontierTelevision.com, don't afraid to get in that sports chat room like Mark Tremira in a hot tub and get into the conversation.
Yeah. We're going to do our best to include your comments, as always, and helping us out at Master Control is producer Rich.
That's me. Hey, guys. Hello
That's
from
Rich.
lovely Charlottesville.
That's good.
Charlottesville, is that North Kakalaki?
Yeah, where's Charlottesville? Is that
Virginia?
Texas? Are you here?
It's
no.
in the great state of Virginia.
Virginia.
I was in the impression you were in the same room as us.
You know what, Richard? Let's just roll an encore episode of You Can't Brew That. We really aren't prepared today.
Wait,
We
what?
now take you to an episode of You Can't Brew That already in progress.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
Let's do that.
Dude, okay. The Stars won again. That's 3 in a row.
Dude,
I like the Stars.
evidently it's the 6th time they've won 3 in a row this season, which
Whoa.
they didn't even do that. They didn't do that at all last season.
No. We're in good shape.
No, it was not in
Brad
good
Richards
shape.
isn't back yet either.
Well, he didn't get traded.
How
Brad
about that?
Richards is still a Dallas Star. The Stars are gonna
Attempt to re-sign him.
go down that long road, and hopefully July 4th comes.
We'll get a new
Sooner than
ownership.
Well, did you hear about there's the guy that owns the Allen Americans, an oil guy.
Yeah, I heard a
That's
little
trying
rumor about
to,
that today.
That's trying to purchase the Stars. $110 million in cash out of $250, I think.
I'd take it.
Oh, I think you'd have to, dude. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have anywhere close to that kind of money, so 110 million, yeah, I'd take that, right?
yeah, I guess you're asking the wrong people. I'd
Yeah,
take that.
yeah, I'm a normal person, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, who
So,
you want
yeah.
killed? I'm in.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So, the Stars won last night on a last-second goal by
Man.
Jamie Benn. Dude,
They
he
dominated that game, and then in the last 3 minutes, gave up 2 goals to tie it up, and then with 4 seconds left, Jamie Benn wins the game. That was great.
And not just wins the game, but gets those 2 crucial points. And
Yeah.
keeps
Oh,
that
man.
1 crucial point out of the hands of the Yotes.
Yep.
So now we're just 4, they're in 4th, I think.
Yeah, they're in 4th.
And then
we're
we're
tied
all,
with like 3 other teams for like
that's like
7th, I think.
something like that.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, we win 2 games, and we can possibly, if we win 2,
And they're not winning.
and the Coyotes lose 2, we could be tied with 4th.
Yeah, I mean we're in good
Bottom
shape.
line.
We're in the running for playoffs now, and we're playing stronger. I mean, I think that losing streak's over. We got Barch and Burish back. We're about to get Brad Richards, and who else is coming back? Somebody else is about to come back.
Grossman
too.
came
Yeah,
back.
Grossman's back. Yeah, Brad Richards, they're saying might be back this weekend. He's going to travel out with the team, and if he's still symptom free, he has been for a few days now. Then he could be back as early as Friday. So. Man, I'd love to see the new power play with Richards and Goligoski out there. Oh, it's going to be so
You
good.
need that. You need that anchor at the blue line who can keep it in, but also who has that eye for a pass, for assist. Because
Oh, man. Him and
Goligoski does.
Goligoski and Robida out there together is just fantastic. I love it, dude. They play. He fits so well on this team. Like that. They only lost that first game with him, and he'd only been in town for 4 hours before the game started. He didn't even know the guys on the team's
It was a
name.
1-0 loss.
Yeah.
It was on a knuckle
Yeah.
puck-esque kind of broken play.
Yeah, and since then, since he's actually gotten to have a little chemistry with the team, learn everybody's names, they haven't lost a game. I think he's been a major factor for the Stars. I think he's going to continue to be, and hopefully, man, I'd like to have him around for a while. I think he could turn into one of the team leaders one day, for sure.
I don't think he's on a 1-year contract. I think he's got a couple of years, but I'm not sure. But I like from what I've seen out of him so far. You can't be upset with that.
No, it's all good. All right. Do we want to talk about Corey Brewer? Just got signed to the Mavericks. Free agent?
Well, technically not yet. It looks like it's almost an afterthought, but yeah, Corey Brewer.
I thought I heard when I was pulling up here that it is official that we got.
I just checked on ESPN. It said it was
Then I heard a rumor.
Working out a deal. I don't know. Who knows?
Either way, we might get Corey Brewer.
We're probably
Is he a small forward, a defensive-minded small forward? Is that what it is?
I think so.
He doesn't put up a lot of points. I mean, he averages like 8 points a game and like 4 rebounds, which isn't that great, but apparently he's got some pretty good defense. And he's just another big guy out there. He's 6'9", so it'll just be one more guy to make our bench that much deeper. I mean, it can't hurt to have him. I would certainly go without him, but it would be nice to have an extra guy out there.
The number one scoring bench in the NBA, by the way.
Yeah, man, they
have been going nuts the past 6 or 7 games.
Yep.
Insane.
They're winning games for us.
What was it last week? They scored 63 points.
63 points, yeah.
That's insane.
Yep.
From your bench.
They're making it happen, dude.
Sean Marion had in 20.
Jason
you need a guy like that.
Jason Terry's been going off. I mean, yeah.
Kid got his 103rd triple-double.
Triple-double last night, yeah. So Mavs are looking very strong right now. I would say, like, I'm really, now that Parker's injured with the Spurs, their point guard, I mean, dude, that was like really the only team we had any worries with. And as a matter of fact, you know, we might even have a chance to catch them before playoffs to take the number 1 spot. I mean, it could happen. If they go on a little losing streak here and we keep winning like we have been, we could make up that difference. What is it, 5 games now, 6 games? That's doable, dude. Well, although there's the other factor that Tyson Chandler's out for hopefully only a couple of games, but man, if he's out more than that, he is the glue that holds this thing together, I think. I mean, Dirk certainly is the biggest factor, but I think the second biggest factor that the Mavs have is Tyson Chandler. And with him out, we're going to see. I think it helps that Haywood has been playing a little bit better lately, but if he can stop moping around and play like he did last season, and I mean, this is his chance. If he's going to step up and play again, this is it, dude. And he's got his chance to step up and be the man. And I think he can. I hope he does because he's got to, dude. He's got to step up right now. We got to have a center in there that's going to do something for us with Chandler out.
He's been playing better.
He has been. Even if he just does that well as he's been doing the last couple of games, I think we'll be fine.
I think with Haywood being out in these next couple of games, Carlisle's going to really put the onus on him and say, "Hey guys, you're about to shine. You think you're underappreciated? Well, show me that you deserve more playing time."
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's going to do it.
He hasn't. I mean, he's had that opportunity all season, and he hasn't. But
he was the big offseason, almost. Well, you'd say he was the big offseason contract signing.
Yeah, he was supposed to be our starter.
Besides Tyson Chandler.
Yep.
But Chandler's played way more than his worth, and Haywood's played way under his worth. For the fact that he's getting paid. But Haywood, I don't know. We'll see what he does here in the next couple of games with Chandler out, and see how that goes. And hopefully the Mavericks can take advantage of the Spurs injuries. The Spurs will get a little.
Yeah, I hope that slows them down a little bit. They need to slow down.
They're going to taste what it's like to lose their number 1. See, it's weird. I was thinking about this today because the Spurs are so evenly spread out. They have such a solid 3 that you can't really say any one of those 3, at least not anymore. Usually, in the past,
it's not like they have a Dirk and that's it, like we do.
Well, in the past, it used to be Duncan, and that was it. But Duncan's, getting up there. He's fallen off so much where now it's, it's so evenly spread out that you wonder how it'll work with with one of the 3 out.
Yeah, I think
see what the drop-off.
It can only be good for us.
Well, they lost to Memphis last night.
Yeah, well, Memphis is a tough team, dude. I think they're underrated.
Memphis and the sneaking Timberwolves always give this division.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the T-Wolves, but
I don't know. Forget them.
Yeah. Anyway, I like where the Mavs are at right now. Pretty excited about it.
Will you mute your phone, Ding Dong?
No, dude, that's the fans talking with us. People who can't chat.
Are they supposed to be doing it on there?
No, if they can't chat, they're texting.
Oh.
Yeah, we like to keep everybody in the loop.
This is development to me.
Yeah, well, you're not really in the loop, so I don't feel like I need to keep you up.
I'll start publishing some good little IRC clients for these mobile users to use.
Cool.
We want to hear you in chat.
I'm using one right now. It costs $2 though. I didn't see any free ones.
Yeah, but
I got a free one for Evo.
Like $600.
Well, this is the same app you can get on an iPhone or an iPod, jackass.
If you waited like 3 months after you bought that, you can get an iPod or an iPad too.
This was a gift. It was free to me.
Didn't mean to derail you guys. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
That's okay. We're all about
we need to get derailed. We're getting a little too sportsy there for a sportscast.
Too sportsy.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Can we talk more about technology and nerd stuff?
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
no. You're going to get him sidetracked.
How about the...
No. Don't.
Ronald McDonald hypothetical?
No, we're not talking... That's not sports-related at all. And it's not a hypothetical. It's just a, hey, this is really sucky to do.
It might not be sports-related, but it is awesome-related.
You can talk about it, but nobody's going to know what you're talking about.
Well, maybe. Maybe like the 4 people that were watching our pilot show.
Or we can talk about my first ever rugby match I watched.
Is it a match or game?
It's got to be a match because it's one of those European things. They call them matches, right?
Everything's a match over there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ironically, though, they light their grills with games.
Yeah.
No, they're Barbies.
I'm going to go ahead and call it a match.
It's not a grill. It's a Barbie, right? Like,
is
put
that...
another shrimp on the Barbie.
That might be
Australia.
We're racist? Yes.
Australian
That's
rules,
probably Australia.
rugby, football. Come on, you said you're watching rugby. You don't know what Australia.
Listen, I watched one game of rugby. That's it.
Okay, well, give us your rundown.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
We've got some footage here if you're interested.
Oh yeah, we do have some footage. Listen, here's first. Let me just say, this is the most brutal, violent sport I've ever witnessed in my life. It is just mayhem.
What about cat juggling?
Well, that's pretty bad too. But this is an actual sport. So I mean, look at this. This isn't football, folks. I mean, these guys are hitting at least as hard as they would in the NFL, and there are no pads, no helmets, no nothing. They just beat the crap out of each other. I mean, there's guys walking around with broken noses and blood all over their faces, and nobody gives a crap. You just keep playing. And it's like, in the NFL, you get a break after each play, dude. Rugby is just nonstop. There are very few play stoppages at all, and it is this physical the whole time. You were just constantly
I call it negative basketball.
Okay.
Like what happens when somebody gets a hit and they go down on the ground and go, ow, it hurts, stop the game.
Yeah,
they just keep kicking them?
You don't really see any, I guess. There's no dives taken in this sport. This is full on. These have to be the toughest guys.
That guy hit me, I get a free throw.
Yeah. These have to be the toughest athletes on the planet, right?
Do you think they wear cups?
Oh yeah. There's a few of them that actually wear helmets, but they're just like little epileptic seizure helmets. That's what they look like. They're just like the little...
Why don't you elaborate on epileptic seizure helmets?
Well, I assume everybody knows what I'm talking about. There's not really any elaborating to do. Well, you should Google it, because there's no way for me to explain it.
But I'm watching an internet sports show for you to tell me.
Tyson in chat says he saw a guy with electrical tape holding his ears on.
Well, there you go. It's just like a really thin, like...
I call that Spirit over there.
Leather-looking helmet. It's not plastic. It's like a cloth helmet. I don't know what it does.
Like a towel?
It's basically like a towel with a little bit of padding in it, I guess.
So what are you saying? They wearing towels on their heads?
Tyson Chandler is in the chat room? Why didn't you tell me that?
Oh, what's up, Tyson Chandler?
What up, dude? He's a regular listener/watcher, folks.
How's your ankle, bro?
Yeah, he watches this. We should have him on, actually. I think we need to have him on. And JJ Barea? I'm flattered. I am flattered.
Let me give you 2 guesses who those clowns are.
Let's just leave it at JJ Barea and Tyson Chandler in the chat room, so if you guys want to hop on and talk to them, and, if they like the show, you must have to watch the show, because they're professional athletes, and this is a sportscast, so it speaks pretty highly of our level of ability, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I sent some emails out to Pro Sports, so obviously...
That's good producing, by the way, Rich. Thank you
I said, hey guys, we're doing a sportscast all about y'all. So go ahead and watch. Yep. I know you probably got stuff going on because it's the evening, whatever. Just,
Hey, TC, why don't you just fake an injury so you can stay at home?
And we can have you on the show.
Watch some half-ass. It'll be good.
Yeah.
The end.
Yep.
All right, dude.
Next.
That was driving, dude, not me.
Dude, I'm always driving. You're just the passenger. You're along for the ride, and that's fine.
I want to make you feel like you're in control.
I am in control. Let's go. Okay, let's jump right into.
Ryan, you can drive. You're obviously not drinking that thing.
He just topped it off. Actually,
matter of fact, dude, I came prepared because I knew this was a 40-minute show.
You got the tap going on underneath the.
I have a spare in the trunk.
Look at that guy. He's a professional, folks.
Filter television does not condone the drinking and driving.
Well, as long as we're talking about European sports. Are you going to interrupt me? You just told me I'm driving, and then you're just going to kind of like step all over me?
Do it live!
Is that what this is? That what this is?
Bill O'Reilly thinks you're an idiot.
Hey, that's fine. He's famous. I guess they can do whatever they
want. He has
want.
a loud voice and he'll yell at you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
All right, do it.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of European sports, I'm getting into soccer, as a lot of you know.
Soccer, I know that.
Yeah. There's been a couple of things that happened over the last week that have besmirched the face of soccer. Is that a word?
Is
that a negative word? Because these were bad things that happened. These were a couple of things that kind of gave soccer,
like scoring,
a bad name, especially for those who already don't like soccer. No, they didn't do any scoring.
No scoring happened.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about in the Colombian Soccer League, and I'm not sure what tier this is. I don't know if this is their professional league or one of their sub-leagues.
I think you can just say Colombian Soccer League.
That's all everybody needs to know.
What tier it is.
Yeah, Colombia.
It's those guys that meet up in the dirt lot on Thursdays.
Yeah.
With or without prison shanks.
The big green. So, this is horrible. Okay, I was going to show you guys a video of this, but let me explain it first. So, I don't even know the teams' names. Okay, you got two teams playing. One of the teams, their
Deportivo
mascot.
Pereira.
Yes, that was it. He called it. That was it. One of the team's mascots is an owl. Okay, and the owl managed to get out on the field during play and was just sitting on the field, and the ball hits the bird. Okay, so it stuns the bird. The bird's sitting there with its wings sprawled out. Just kind of out of it.
Like hits him in the head?
It just kind of like rolls over it.
That owl was wasted.
Yeah. I mean, the ball didn't hit it that hard, but it was enough to stun it and just confuse it, so it's just sitting there still,
Okay.
And a player from the opposing team, I guess he's doing a favor getting the bird off the field, but he decides the best way to get this bird out of the way is he's going to walk up and kick it in the face. All right, this is the dude right here. Luis Moreno.
Louis.
Yeah, Louis.
He's a Frenchman.
He's French for sure. So anyway, he just walks up and kicks this freaking owl in the face. And, yeah, he's an ass.
He kicks him in the ass.
Not a half-ass. This dude's a full-on ass, okay? Kicks it off the field, which, yeah, it pissed the people off, and it was annoyed, and the owl was, harmed, and then, so this guy's just an ass. And then the next day, it turns out the owl dies from it, which makes this guy... dude, first of all, I love animals, so that's the reason I'm not showing the video now, because I was going to show you the video, but now it's not, I don't want to show you a footage of a guy killing an owl by kicking it in the face.
It's on one of our sister channels on the internet, if you go to YouTube.
Yeah, you can go find it online if you want, just look it up.
So are you saying if the owl was just simply retarded after that, you would show a video of it?
Yes, because there's no way of knowing that would be what was wrong.
A retarded owl?
Yeah, we would watch that. But anyway, so this jackass kicks the owl in the face and kills it.
Yeah, that was really rough. At first, I totally didn't know. You just sent me that video. I was like, so an owl landed on the field. I'd be a little bit pissed off. I mean, you've got the whole freaking sky. But
so
when a bird... Have you ever had a bird hit your car when you're driving? You're like, really?
I've been in a car when it hit. I wasn't driving, but...
But this is worse. Like, this is like a mascot. So, A, it's kind of expected to be there. And B, don't kick the other team's mascot. That's not cool.
Yeah, it was messed up for sure. And
murder it.
Yeah, and well, fortunately, justice is being served, okay? Because this guy was fined to the amount of 50,000 pesos, which roughly translates to 26 American dollars. So justice definitely served. $26 out of that dude's pocket. Although we did just see that he is being suspended by the league for 2 games, which I don't even know if that's without pay or not. So
that's a tough one, Val.
Dude, I think it should have been worse than that. I mean,
they should have put him on the field and kicked him in the face as hard as possible.
Yeah, somebody should
have made him play rugby.
Killed him. How about that?
So
that's fair, right?
So does a retarded owl say what instead of who?
Yes. Oh, that's the kind of comedic genius he brings to the table, folks. You can get used to that because he's going to be bringing them, apparently. Okay, so let's get back on track real quick. There's one other thing that happened in the world of soccer, and this was in the Italian league, third tier, which is 2 tiers below their top tier. So
it's a Serie A.
So they're a bunch of spares, basically. What? I don't know. But okay, this was just full on bad sportsmanship here. What happened? If you're watching the video now, one team had a player. You might want to pause it for a second, Rich. Actually, because I kind of got to explain.
Set it up for it, Jonas.
Yeah, explain one of the unwritten rules real quick first. Is if a player goes down injured, play doesn't automatically stop until the ball is knocked out of play, and then they can have somebody come on and check out the guy or whatever. So there's only a few minutes left in this game. It's tied up. One team has a player go down injured, and so the other team, as a good sport, goes ahead and kicks the ball out of bounds, which you should do, so that they can have their guys come in and check him out and take him off the field if they need to or whatever. Well, so they kick it out, and the team with the injured player grabs the ball and immediately throws it back in while the other team isn't paying attention, runs down, and scores a goal. Okay, and so that results in a small soccer brawl. Okay, now you can start the video back up.
Yeah, I just recued it. So here's them kicking it out. Okay, everybody's cool. Oh, you guys, I got the ball! I got the ball!
Yeah, they're all pointing over there to get the...
Oh, wait, kicked it out!
This jackass is going to go score anyway. Okay, great. And so the goalie immediately kicks off after him.
You guys are the worst team ever!
It's a little...
Don't touch me, bitch!
It's a pretty weak brawl, but pretty much everybody gets into it. Nobody really gets fighting. They all just kind of run up to each other and yell. But
they never clear the benches in soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that guy went down and pretended to be hurt or whatever they do in soccer. But
oh man, there's a way better video of that, of some dude piecing some guy in the face. Have you seen that?
The fake hitting him? Or
no, he pieces some dude in the face
with
his foot.
Oh no, I have not seen.
Like it's like after the game, and he's starting to run through back to the tunnel, and then nature like a National Geographic style. You see this guy just come out like full bore out of the side of the screen. When you see him come out of the side of the screen, he's already in midair.
Oh no!
And the guy's just kind of jogging, just slightly, and you see this guy just. Bruce Lee, this guy, and I'm not joking.
With his cleats?
Boom, in the face.
Oh.
And it is brutal.
Okay, dude.
And then
you could kill somebody like
hilarity
that.
ensues.
I don't know if
it's pretty bad, dude.
Hilarious.
It's pretty gnarly to see live, or to see in full motion, because the guy is like 3 feet off the ground.
Oh, man.
He just jams him in the face.
See, that's not cool.
I want to see some of that.
Neither was that, man.
Yeah!
So there's two things in the world.
I see some soccer hooligans going at it.
Well, I just showed you a little bit.
Well, those aren't hooligans. Those are millionaires.
Okay. Well, they're third tier, so they're not millionaires.
Yeah, probably not.
They're thousandaires.
Thousandaires.
So anyway, yeah, a couple of things not so good for soccer over the week, but overall, still a good sport. Still a good sport.
I love soccer.
Well, now let's get on to you had a good idea. Let's talk about what did you bring up?
Well, you say it like it doesn't happen all the time.
Well, you just said I drive this show, so yeah, it does.
Okay, you're right. I had an idea. I said, hey, Johnny, come here, let me talk to you. What's the matter? Are you doing good? You doing all right?
It's not how it went down.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Say hi to your mother for me.
It was via text, but...
Say hi to your mother for me. I love Mark Wahlberg. All right, no, so I was like, hey, Johnny, give me your 5 questions that you have before the Ranger season starts that hopefully will get answered. Or maybe not.
These are questions I want answered before the season starts.
These little questions you have right now in training.
That I would like to know before the season starts.
Yes. Right. Well, I'm not even sure some of these could be answered going into the season. We'll see.
But my questions can be answered by then, yeah.
Well, let me hear them.
All right. Well, I think my first question is the same question a lot of people have, and I want to know what the starting rotation is going to be. We know we got C.J. Wilson, Colby Lewis, Tommy Hunter. I think those are all for sure. That leaves 2 more spots that are kind of up in the air right now. They're talking about Feliz. They're talking about Harrison. They're talking about Holland. Kirkman. All these guys are fighting for a spot right now in spring training. So I'm very anxious to find out what our actual starting rotation is going to be. I want to know if Feliz is going to pull a C.J. Wilson and go from closer to starter. I want to know which of the other guys makes the cut. So that's my number one question for sure. Is I want to know because that's I think our weakest link right now is our pitching.
I want to stop you right there, and I wasn't going to do this, but that is also my number one.
Yes.
So I might as well just wax ecstatic here with you for a second.
That sounds gross, but okay.
You just be real. Very awkward. Starting pitching is my number one, obviously.
Obviously.
Is CJ, he's in a contract year. What's he going to do this year? You know, he came from the bullpen last year. He's coming into a starting. I mean, he had the amazing season last year.
I don't think he can do any better than he did last season, honestly.
I don't think so either. I think at best, he's going to be matching what he did and then hoping he's a pretty highly paid free agent in the offseason. That's fine. But you're doing this because you want to see what you can get out of him. Now he's your ace. Now you're not going into camp.
Well, he might not be the ace, actually.
Well, you have to. He's your opening day guy. By that, you're saying
Scott Feldman was our opening day guy last
year. Yeah,
he is not our.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to talk about briefly is Scooter Feldman. Like Scott Scooter. I usually call everybody I know named Scott Scooter, but Scott Feldman was what do you have? 18? Was it 13, 18, or 15? It was an odd number. He had a lot of wins last year. Or, no, 2 years ago. Last year, he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing.
So inconsistent.
And then you had Rich Harden.
Oh, my God, he's so bad. I'm so glad he's on the
people coming in, people said, the scouting reports, and this guy said, hey, he's been losing it for the past 3 years, you know, and there's nothing that we've seen to say that, hey, he's going to be picking it up here soon. Dude, you know, it was such a gamble, and it didn't work out.
That was the most frustrating
and he had
part of
the rumored fake injury to his butt. Like,
so we could get him out of the freaking lineup.
Or 1/3 of the way into the season to get him out of the lineup, and that's when this team started taking off in the middle of the summer, is when they got him out of there.
Yep.
But the starting rotation, and then you put Nefty in there, I mean, and then that leaves to say, oh, who's going to be your closer now?
Right, that's the other question.
Ogando's going to step up?
I guess if Feliz makes his way into the starting rotation, which from the way they're talking, it sounds like he is, because the way John Daniels is making it sound is he's saying, you know, this is our number one pitching talent right now. Why would we only use him for 10% of the game, you know?
I guarantee you that he's going to be in the rotation. And it's not about talent.
If he can physically do it, which I think he can.
He can.
Then he probably
whether he's going to do good or not is another thing. They will make him do that because they don't have anybody else. That's a bottom line. They didn't get Cliff Lee. They need a spot to fill. He will do it. Now, whether he's good or not is another thing.
He's got the potential, but
he does. He has the potential, but they're doing this out of necessity, not out of because they'd love to. I think they'd love to keep Nefty as a closer or a closer for another year.
But we need an ace
to develop the rest of his pitches. But you need somebody in there that doesn't suck. And honestly, you got CJ, you got Colby. Who else are you really cornered on? No one.
I mean, Hunter is. He's pretty good. He had a good outing today in spring training. Actually, he did good. So hopefully he can step up. I think with a little more experience under his belt now, I think he's going to have a better season than he did last season, and he had a good season.
He has to.
So I think he's going to step up. He might be. He'll probably be up there with Colby Lewis skill wise this year. I think. Because I think Colby's going to fall off. I think Colby's going to fall off a little bit, and I think Tommy Hunter's going to step up a little bit. So either way, I think he's going to be a consistent guy that we can count on.
I think bottom line, you could say this is the shakiest lineup in the American League, by far.
Yeah. I'm not. That's the one thing I'm scared of. Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Number 2. Do your number 2. And I won't interrupt you. It's the same thing as me. Then I'll talk about it.
Well, it also has to do with pitching. I want to know what our bullpen's going to be.
Okay.
You know, until they have the starting lineup or the starting rotation nailed down, we don't know what the bullpen's really going to be. You know, we got Ogando and Kirkman and whoever else, whatever 2 guys don't make it
Dutch Oven
into this. Yeah, Dutch Oven if he's not a starter. I mean, I don't know. I guess as far as bullpens go, it'll probably be a pretty strong bullpen. Actually, our starting rotation won't be that great, but I think our bullpen's going to be pretty strong. I don't know who our closer is going to be.
I tell you that. I'll tell you this. If this starting pitching does what they normally do and peter out, we're going to be taxing that bullpen a lot. We're going to find out who the hell we have in that bullpen.
Well, I mean, that's what we did. That's what we did last season. We made it all the way to the World Series. So,
well, that we still used our bullpen way more than we should have.
Yeah, no doubt.
Way more than we should have.
More than anybody else, I think.
We get strong outings from a certain number of people, but then the rest, like Rich Harden, you put in there.
Yeah, but
and
maybe 2 innings.
We get 4, 3, I think we got 2 innings from him once. 3 innings from our starter, Rich Harden.
Probably more than once. Probably more than once.
No, it was once. And then we did get some 4s and a lot of 5s. But you can't have your starter going 5. You can't.
Yeah, with him and Feldman, and we were constantly having to pull guys out 5 innings or less. It was bad.
And then you just wear that bullpen out, and then, if there's one team that needs to have a strong bullpen, it's us.
And they did, dude. I mean,
well, we had a decent one.
Once Cliff Lee came in, it gave him a lot of relief, so that was nice. And CJ stepped up and started giving us 7, 8 innings. I mean, he was doing good. So.
I think a lot of that with the Cliff Lee thing, if I get on a tangent here, is the mentality, which is something I think that they're going to miss. That mentality, it's like Jason Terry coming off the bench as opposed to starting.
Yeah.
When Jason Terry starts, I don't think he plays as well. I think he likes that role of having no pressure coming off the bench.
Yeah, he likes being the cavalry.
Whenever you have that Cliff Lee in there, it seems like most of your other pitchers are coming off the bench because they don't know they have to tug that load. They got a guy a veteran, quality, proven guy they can go to in Cliff Lee. But now that he's not there, we're going to see what kind of rudders these guys have to steer this ship.
Well, I guess that kind of brings me into my next question, and is that, are we expected to be a contender again this season, keeping in mind that the Angels and the A's are not what they were last season? Okay, last season they both had horrible seasons. I mean, we had roughly the same. I didn't look it up, but we had about the same record as we did the previous season when we didn't even make the playoffs.
What does that say right there?
He's got it right there. That's his third question also. Folks.
The division. Let me tell you, this division...
Because the A's and the Angels are going to be tough this season.
They fell apart last season. Make no mistake.
They both did.
Both of them did in Seattle.
Barely 500, if 500, right?
Yeah, and Seattle was so bad by the first quarter of the season that they were already looking to shop Cliff Lee around. That's who we got him from. The division really kind of fell off, and we ran away with it. It got tight down towards the end. The last 12 games, it came down to it. But we locked it up. We locked it up in an evening in Oakland, if I remember. Wasn't it against Oakland that we locked up the division?
Yeah.
And our division is going to be considerably more difficult this year. And, it's not guaranteed. And especially with everything we've said with the starting pitching and the bullpen, who knows what it's going to be like this season.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going in that they don't really pay close attention to it, go into it looking at, man, we went to the World Series, we're going to go deep again this season. Well, I don't know if that's going to be the case. So we're going to have to work our asses off just to make the playoffs. So they're going to be good, no doubt. I mean, that kind of gets me to my next question. Actually, is our offense is going to carry us a lot of the way, I think, because we have. Well, let me just go ahead and ask my question. I guess is the batting order as amazing as I think it is? Because I think it is really good, dude. They are so strong like that. Well, let's go over it for those of you who don't know. Kinsler is going to be batting leadoff now, which, okay, I'm fine with that.
Well, all this is tentative. This isn't spring training. But
well, he's saying this is the lineup he wants for opening day.
But, yeah, they want to move Kins to bat leadoff.
Yeah, so here's how he has it now. Kinsler at leadoff, Elvis Andrus second, which is good. You got 2 fast guys sitting at the table. Okay, let's see. Josh Hamilton, third.
Hamilton's batting third.
Is that right?
I think, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Hambone's batting cleanup.
No, he's not batting cleanup.
Not cleanup, but...
Beltre's cleanup. I think it goes Hamilton, Beltre, Cruz, and then Young, Moreland, Torrealba, and Bourbon. And that's when Beltre is back from being injured.
In his butt.
So that is a 1 through 6 that is incredibly good.
It's pretty tight. And
then you got Moreland in there who, man,
he proved himself pretty well. We'll see what he can do. But I think he came through with enough clutch hits in the playoffs last season to warrant a spot. Definitely a consistent spot in the lineup. I felt really bad about our last half. Our 7 through 9 last year. What do you think about it?
Yeah, they were worthless.
I don't know. If you could shore that up, and have a little bit better going to the top of the rotation, I feel like this is a pretty solid offensive lineup. A lot of good
I think
hitters.
This is one of the most solid I've seen since I've been a Rangers fan.
It's arguable it's the best ever. I mean, you had those Rangers of the mid-'90s, mid to late '90s that were really good, but I mean,
this is.
I think this is. I mean,
some serious power.
From last year, you'd have to say it was the best ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, last year, I guess technically would have been the best ever, and this year, they're going in with all those guys plus more. Plus, you throw in Beltre. I mean, this is going to be serious. Some serious offense. I'm excited about it.
Okay, so what's your fourth? Okay. Or what's your fifth? That was your fourth.
That was my fourth. Okay. This one's not that good, but and I already know the answer for me. Can we expect Hamilton to have a repeat performance? And man, I just don't see that happening. I mean, he's coming off the best season of his life, and man, the chances of that happening again are pretty slim. Hopefully, man, if he could just come back at 75% of that, we'll be in good shape, which is about what I expect. I don't think he can match those numbers again. I think last season was something special for him. I hope he can. Well, I mean, he's got the ability, obviously, but to put back-to-back seasons together like that after already being in the league for a few years and not really putting out those kinds of numbers, I think that was a special season for him.
I think, my number 4 was Hambone's health.
Yeah, he's got to stay healthy, which they're not letting him play center field anymore.
They're taking him out of center.
Which should cut down on some potential injuries, so that should help.
You don't want to.
Man, he plays hard, so it's going to be tough to keep him from getting.
That guy plays too hard for his own good.
Yeah.
I remember I was at the. I have this video on my laptop or my desktop as we speak. That's the game I went to that he got that shoulder injury against the Angels in the home series 2 years ago, where he was out for the second half of that season.
Yeah.
I went to that game and he slammed his shoulder into the wall, catching that outfield that ball like the third or fourth inning.
Yeah. And the crowd just gasps like, "Oh God,
man!" Every time I see that horse going full throttle because he's such a competitor, he wants to get that out. He's not going to stop, and I think whether it be his size, his power, or some would say maybe the wear and tear of his extracurricular activities and his drug use, that it's just taking a toll on his body and that frame, and it's too big to maintain that kind of wear and tear. And with that investment that they have in him now, signing to that contract, they need to keep him out of harm's way.
Yeah, man, I like like I said, if he can come back at 75% of that at least, we're in good shape, I think. But I don't think there's any way he's putting out the same numbers he just did.
I'd love it if he did.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd be happy with that for sure.
All right, with that,
what you got?
With that down, my number 1 was of course starting pitching. We already went over that.
Uh-huh.
We didn't touch on number 2. My number 2. And we kind of did.
Well,
I kind of touched on.
I don't really want to touch your number 2. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not into that, and I know you are.
My number 2 is pretty consistent though. It's
okay.
It's Brandon Webb.
We don't have any sound effects or anything, Rich?
No, I'm just trying to keep it clean. Trying to keep it clean for the recording, Mark.
Nice,
Mark.
So we already kind of talked about Rich Harden and Scooter Feldman and how they're going to do. But what about Brandon Webb?
Yeah,
he's such an
X
factor.
And actually, Bartonomous brought that up in the chat room whenever we were talking about starting pitching. We left out the Brandon Webb question.
I mean, this guy. He's thrown what 3 innings in 2 years? Not even 3 innings. I want to say it's down to pitches.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
Yeah, he's a big question mark right now for sure.
It's something that.
And then they're really limiting his throwing in the spring training too. They're really worried about him jumping in too fast. They're limiting his pitches, and I think the way he's talking, he feels like he's ready to go full blast, but they're just not ready to let him yet.
And they shouldn't. They should. I think the way they should approach this is as if they don't even have the guy. He's not there. And if he shows up and gives you something, you sign him to a 1-year, $1 million contract. You're taking that gamble. let it pay out later on down the line. You don't want to wear them out.
Yeah.
Like how the Mavericks treated Rodrigue Beaubois.
Yep. Exactly.
Hey, they said he was going to be back by November when the season started. You know what? He just got back like a couple weeks ago. And if that's what it takes, fine. You need him. You need a guy like that, and if he pans out, that's great. Because you need somebody. It'd be great to have a boost to this team late in the season when the bullpen is probably wore out.
Yep.
To have a guy like that.
Yep. I like that.
So that's my number 2.
That's a good one.
My number 3 is a division. How it's going to change. My number 4 is Hambone's health. And the most important, obviously, is my number 5 is when the hell are they getting that hot dog guy back?
What?
The hot dog guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never went to a Ranger game back in the 90s?
No, I was like a baby.
You were like a baby.
I was like, well, in 1990 I was 5, so
okay.
I don't really remember.
People out there should know what the hell I'm talking about. The hot dog guy. Richard, do you remember the hot dog guy?
Hot dogs!
Yeah, even Richard knows.
I'm aware of people
Even
yelling,
Richard knows. F*** you, man.
but I don't know the hot dog guy that you're talking about.
The hot dog guy. He was usually on the mid to lower to higher. He was like right in the middle range, and he'd go up and down. And you didn't know that. I don't know. I never found out the story of the guy. But he would literally try to sell you hot dogs with this voice.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Get the mark ready.
Hot dogs! Mark. He would say, he literally had this voice, and he always looked real disheveled and real askew, and he's just like, what's the deal with this guy? Is he retarded? He'd always go, hot dogs!
That's what I'm wondering about you right now.
I want the hot dog guy back.
When did he disappear?
Well, I don't know. It was sometime, I think in the early aughts, when he just kind of faded away.
That's maybe he died.
You can hear that guy from across the stadium. You knew when it was time to eat a damn hot dog.
My CPA's got the same sales pitch. Taxes!
Wait, this just in.
Cardi B says he died?
He did not die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just saying that, but I'm saying that too. He died.
I think...
Maybe he got a real job.
I think he actually went to some other park, to tell you the truth.
Oh, he moved up in the world. Wow.
He's moving up out of the Rangers.
He's a stormtrooper over at the Death Star?
Why don't you get the hell out of here and go be in the Royals?
Hot dog guy, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on and find out what happened there. So,
Rich, bring hot dogs.
I'm going to find the hot dog guy, dude.
Okay. That's a cool producer challenge. I'm gonna see what I can do.
Yeah, all right. You get the hot dog guy on, I swear to God, I'll listen to Ronald McDonald Insanity for 24 hours straight.
Listen, hey, while we're on the topic of the Rangers, it was brought up in the chat room, and this is something I actually wanted to talk about, did you look into getting tickets for opening day? Because I did. Did you see the BS that's going on with that? Yeah,
and all I have to say about that is, hey, try to get tickets for the next game, because they'll be considerably lower.
Okay, so if you wanted to get tickets to opening day like I did...
you're in a raffle if you want to get tickets.
Yeah, I got online looking to buy tickets, okay, and there's this banner where it's like, click here to get your opening day tickets. So I click there, and it's like, register to enter the lottery to win the chance to buy opening day tickets.
And then it downloaded a virus.
Another one popped up, and then I went to another... different.
You cannot just buy tickets, and it wasn't to win tickets. You have to get in a lottery. They have to pick you till you have the ability to then opt if you want to buy tickets or not. It was stupid.
You know what? You know what I say?
And it worked.
You know what I say?
What?
Enjoy it, because the Rangers aren't going to be this successful forever.
Yeah, I mean they're
who knows?
That just seems silly, but
2 years from now,
that didn't get picked, I guess.
2 years from now, we could be back to, if you want to go to
2 years ago.
people bartering for services for Ranger tickets. Have you ever had that experience?
No, but it sounds delightful.
Rich, have you ever had that experience bartering for services for Ranger tickets?
No, they'll never give me the tickets. It's ridiculous.
Like every cheesy contest held on by a radio station or a live event or anything like that, or you go somewhere, some guys like, hey, dude, you want tickets to the game? Come do this for me or whatever this.
I assume you're
I can't pay you, man. I can give you Ranger tickets. It was like the equivalent of saying, hey, man, I don't have enough money. All I got's like $5. Will you take that? Hey, all I got's Ranger tickets. You want them? Because let's be honest, it was to a point where it was that bad.
Yeah, it was.
They were handing out tickets just to get people to show up.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan was standing on street corners in fishnets, offering people a good time to take these tickets off his hands.
In my wheelchair with my beanie and saying I had no legs. And
he was bartering some services.
I can have Ranger tickets.
I can't ask. So, man, I just wanted to bring that up. It was brought up in the chat room, and that annoyed the hell out of me. I thought about it like a couple months in advance. I was like, yes, you know what? I'm gonna buy opening day tickets, and I couldn't. You know what?
That's the price of being a good competitive team, though. We're the largest market outside of L.A., New York, Boston, and
Toronto.
No, Chicago. Yeah. To have like this fan base, but didn't sell enough tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We're
the fifth largest market in America, and we have a team that gets paid, plays, and has attendance that like it's stinking Tampa Bay.
Third world country. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is.
It's bittersweet, but you know what? I hope all those people still show up at the games in the middle of August.
Tampa Bay's problem is they're geographically challenged.
Well, their problem is that their main audience...
And their stadium's awful.
Their main audience is 80 years old.
Well, yeah, but they got the weather for it. The problem is, I don't know if you've been to St. Petersburg area in there, but there is a single bridge to get to where that stadium is that is just completely dead stop traffic every day at rush hour. Like, it is hell to get through there, and people aren't willing to fight it to go to a game. So that's the main reason they don't get fan turnouts. People don't want to deal with the drive to get there. Bam, bet you didn't know that.
Boom. Roasted.
That's why the Death Star has helipads.
That's right, yeah.
True fans care.
That's right.
Nice.
We'll fly you in the Spaceship One or whatever.
Or if you're Asian, we'll fly you in.
Yeah, they get some letters mixed up sometimes because they're Asian.
Whatever, Rich. Don't give me your crap. You know it's funny.
Rich, do we have a...
You want to do some trivia?
Yeah, let's
do some trivia.
Let's do some trivia and then close this sucker out.
All right, well, for trivia tonight, we just want to remind all of our regular viewers to check out You Can't Brew That on Television. It's Monday nights at 7 o'clock Central. So these trivia questions are furnished by the hosts there, Kyle and Bono.
Grade A broadcasting over there.
I produced that one too, so.
Oh, well then.
They're asking kind of an obscure question. Maybe you know it. What hockey number did Kyle wear while playing ice hockey in high school?
Kyle, I'm going to get way, way more personal with my questions because right now I just go online and look up beer trivia and come up with like a real question. Now I'm going to start BSing it a little bit.
Yeah. What was Johnny's favorite beer in middle school?
What beer am I drinking right now? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It should be what kind of panties is he wearing right now?
Hey-o. Wait, no, that's a shot at me. Oh, no. Okay, so...
informally about beer, so...
I think we all know that Kyle was number 17, right?
17, you said?
I may have said that, depending on if it's the answer or not.
Oh, that's cute.
Are you going to guess?
Yeah, no, it's not a guess. It's a straight-up, dead-on answer.
Well, answer.
Are you sure you're not going to throw out like a tennis at the last minute?
I don't know. I might. No,
we're totally going to say the right one.
Come on, Rich. Me and you have both known Kyle for a long time, and we both know that SOB never played hockey. He always just talks about him doing it.
It's all lies.
So no number.
So that's the answer. He never actually played hockey. He just bragged about it.
Well, here's his answer. He says he was number 16.
Oh, you're one off.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I was a little bit, whoa.
16 off, huh?
Look at that.
Nice.
Guy.
Way to go. Way to bring out the old K-State.
I'd like to go ahead and give myself props on that for being one off.
Partial credit. Yeah, just like math, right?
But it's all made up because you never actually played hockey. So
That's how I did. That's how I got through math in high school, actually.
The smart kid next to you.
About the same way I went about this show, extremely half-assed.
The smart kid next to you.
Yeah, the smart kid next to me. No, I wasn't that. I was lazier than that. I just didn't do anything instead.
Nice.
Yeah, I failed.
Hey, if you can't, that's the way to go. All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for the Sports Enchilada tonight.
Join us again next week for live production here on the Lone Star Webcast Network at FrontierTelevision.com.
And please, don't forget to subscribe and download a full episode at the website.
The RSS link, as well as other links to our Facebook and Twitter feeds, can be found at FrontierTelevision.com/sports. That's the key. Or you can just go to FrontierTelevision.com, go to the show's page, and then click on our show if that's easier.
But there's a good chance you're not even seeing this because you already exited out.
Bam!
We're that bad.
We're that bad, folks.
So, I guess that's it, guy.
Yeah. Let's roll out.
Word up. Exploding high five.